Hello everyone and welcome back to GregTech New Horizons. Oh, that's a little too close. So in the last episode, if I can get into the base, we made a start on our electric journey by crafting the first couple of LV machines and an LV turbine. And then we also started working on a new base, which I did make some changes to that and started building a little more. I'll show that in just a moment. But yeah, now for what's happened in between the episodes. As you can tell, I made this thing right here called the longsword from Tinkers. It actually does quite a bit of damage, even though it's just made of flint. But that's not why I made it. I made it for this reason right here. As you can see, the lunge ability that it has, which launches you a little bit forward, but this ability is so nice combined with the piston boots plus the hang glider. As you can see, you can get massive height, and of course that means you can cover a large distance very easily. It's so nice. And another thing I did is I also expanded our tree farm here and added way more cotton. I noticed that our rubber wood production just wasn't enough to keep up with the extractor somehow, so yeah, I just added a couple more plots for that. Anyways, next up I also made this thing right here, just a vanilla automatic smelting setup with hoppers and everything. Input for fuel, input for items, and then output. And as you can tell, I've been doing a bunch of mining and a bunch of smelting in between the episodes. This is actually not all the iron I've gotten. Most of it sits where the new blast furnace area sits. Right here, just in the drawer, this is a little area to store the materials for this, or the inputs for the blast furnace, so I don't have to go back and forth. But yeah, I moved the blast furnace here, just because today I want to add a couple more of these, and there's not enough space. Plus, it was also very loud. I noticed that quite a bit while editing, so there is that taken care of. Oh yeah, and speaking of trying to get more blast furnaces, because of that, I've gone ahead and did a bunch of mining for gypsum, which most of it is already macerated. That's great. And I've also gotten a lot of calcite, which has left us with like a bunch of lapis ore that I'm probably never going to use. Although I might as well try and process some of it. We have the furnaces for that now. Oh, yeah, and I should mention, yeah, I've been processing all of the ores that we have because we can do that now. Although I did leave one of each just so that I can, if I need to, I can find it later with the ore finder wand. But honestly, I don't think that's necessary. I have so many of those veins already. Oh, and I also got myself another backpack just for the building blocks. And the last thing before we check out the changes to the new base is we've updated the pack. This is actually 2.8.2. Although it looks like I didn't. I'm gonna have to remember to grab that from my old instance. But anyways, check it out. I don't think I made that many changes to the starter area here, other than adding a couple deep slate walls and like a little bit of cleanup around the edges. But that's because the main changes are in the inside. As you can see, I built us a little storage area, and then I also have two staircases here that lead down to this level, which, if you guys remember, is the level for the machines that we're gonna have. And yeah, you might think that this is not gonna be enough space for storage, but we have like diamond chests. We have also diamond. This is something that I recently found out about. Compartments from Bini Core. It's not a terrible recipe once we have the carpenter, which is all LV stuff, so we can definitely do it. And this thing has so much storage, it's gonna be insane. You can even hook it up to a crafting station, so like we can hide one behind here and have that as our crafting chest, and then, you know, a bunch of chests on the sides just as extra storage. Like over here, I'm thinking is where we could put those. And then after a while, we get access to the inventory panel, so that we can hook up chests that I'm gonna place on this wall, I guess, something like that. But yeah, this is definitely more than enough space. And then the reason we have the staircases leading down to the machines area right here instead of those guys is just because I noticed that there's a lot of back and forth between the storage and the machines. And yeah, once we have the LV stuff going on, I'm suspecting there's gonna be way more of that. So, you know, having the storage area here and then like running all the way over here, then coming down back just isn't great. It's a waste of time. So, you know, I'm thinking I'm gonna dig this wall back like another 12 blocks maybe, and then we'll have a cool design for the LV stuff. And I think that's gonna be nice. That should be enough space for everything. And that just makes it easier. I can come down here, do whatever I need to with the machine, go back up, and then craft. I'm also really liking the design so far. I have to implement the walls on this and the roof at some point. I just don't really have any ideas right now, so that's gonna have to wait a little bit. But anyways, moving on, let's talk about the plans for today, which originally I was gonna do, you know, some more LV expansion, get a few more machines, and then set those up in a more permanent location over here. You know, get all of our water tanks going and maybe a little bit of a better boiler. But I think I'm gonna leave that for next episode. I'm not really in a rush to really get into LV and all of that jazz. I think I'm fine with taking my time here in the Steam age. But actually today I want to aim for the healing axe if possible, which there's two ways to get it. There is the unstable ingot way that we technically can do because we have the division sigil. We just have to activate it somehow. That does need an enchanting table, and I don't know if I have that. Yeah, because this is a recipe, but you can find it in dungeons, which we do have the brick dungeon left to explore. Those brick houses are actually like the same roguelike dungeons that we went to last time. So, you know, maybe that's an option for us. I'm actually going to go check that out right now. You know what? Let me go ahead and really quickly restore my journey map here. I can actually find that brick dungeon, and then we'll be back. Alright, so we're back, and for some reason I only got my visual prospecting back. Although if you look at the journey map, it's still kind of gone, along with all of my waypoints. Thankfully, I record everything, so I'll just rewatch the video, and I think the coordinates are right over there. And just for now, I'm going to clear the building block backpack here, just in case. I want to have space for the loot. Alright, let's go to the dungeon. Aha, there we go. Nice, it's still here. And now we go down. Don't worry, I brought torches as well. I think first I'm gonna go over here. There's a cake. More books. Definitely gonna grab those. Oh, what? Wait, free hoppers? Furnaces, chests. I'm grabbing all of this. This is great. Hoppers are so annoying to craft. And an anvil. And that seems to be at the end of that. Let's go here next. Okay, here's the staircase to the next floor. But let me finish checking out everything here before I do that. Okay, there's actually not much there. Let's go down. And I'm dying. I'm dying. Okay, I'm actually dying. Hold up. Wait. Blood cookie? What? Ooh, night vision. Give me that. No, there's so much food here. It's great. What? Whoa. Okay, I don't understand what the heck just happened, but I'm alive. Let me just heal myself real quick. I have some instant healing potions or arrows that I found. And yeah, they were great. Oh, wait. Jukebox. Well, anyways, I think I'm gonna again cut and just explore a bunch here. Hopefully once I'm back, we're gonna have an enchantment table, although that's very unlikely. We'll just probably have to use the healing axe quest here and craft all the foods. And why did my quest theme change back? God damn it. Okay, yeah, that's much better. So yeah, see you guys in just a moment. Well, that was useless. I just realized we went to the wrong dungeon entirely. I mean, at least I got some decent loot out of it, but still, that was a bit of a waste of time. I just searched it up and I know how the actual structure looks like now. But we're gonna try and look for that a little bit here. And then if it doesn't work, then whatever. We'll do the healing axe quest. Yeah, either way, it's fine. It's not like I'm in a hurry to get it because remember, I'm still waiting for all this calcite to macerate and stuff so I can make them more blast furnaces. And then I still have to do a bunch of building at the new base. I think that's what I'm gonna dedicate today's episode to. Just doing random garbage that isn't progression related. Yeah, there we go. That was totally planned. We're gonna do non-GregTech progression today. Anyway, so the way we're supposed to find these wizard towers is what they're called, which have the enchantment table in them. I think I'm supposed to start looking into mountain biomes, and I think this is one right here. So I have to keep going this way. What the hell happened here? Wait, is this a hungry node? Oh my goodness, what? No, cow, don't go there. Don't do it. We might check back on him later anyways. Yeah, let me now go look around here for a little bit. Hopefully I'll be able to find one of those wizard towers soon. And then yeah, I'll meet you back in a bit. Huh? Cosmic meatballs? That's fun. Ooh, look at that. I found a Sky Slime Island. Wait, not the main thing I'm here for, but it's still cool. Oh, and wait, I just realized this is the best thing to ever happen to us because you can use the slime to, first of all, make more water tank sightings, but also, if I could just find the recipe, I think it's this one maybe? Yeah, we can extract it for slime balls and then extract those for raw rubber dust. So yeah, I think this is a much more renewable source of rubber here. Hello. Or at least it's faster. It's not, because also at some point we can start centrifuging this and that gives rubber pulp directly, which is the bars, plus glue, which is going to be useful later in the assembler. So yeah, this is great. I'm grabbing all of this. Anyways, back to exploring. Oh my goodness, wait, that's a village. This is the first village I found. There's a librarian. Okay, I'm grabbing the bookshelves for sure. And yeah, by the way, you can grab these with just a wrench and it drops the actual bookshelf, not just the books. And there's way too many bookshelves here. Oh my goodness. Ooh, and a blacksmith. Tin gears, rods. Okay, well, not great. I think I've gotten everything from here, so let me go back to exploring some more. Wait, is that it? I think this is it, the wizard tower. Okay, there we go. That's a gravity creeper. I hate those guys. They just lunge at you and it's annoying and unpredictable, and he's dead. Thank you. Well, I don't actually know where this exists. The enchantment table, that is. I'm gonna have to double check. Hold up. Okay, I think it's in some sort of a second floor, which means we're gonna have to find the way down. But first, look at this nice loot. Ooh, okay, there we go. Well, I've just spent the past like 20 minutes, 30 minutes looking for this enchantment table in this wizard tower. Excuse me. I just think it didn't spawn or something. I've looked everywhere, basically. In every single floor, even though you're supposed to only check for the second one, but I just couldn't find that room. I think I got unlucky with this one, which is fine. We can look for another one. To be fair, this first one didn't take too long to find, so maybe the second one won't take too long either. But check it out. My piston boots are very, very damaged, but you can either repair them with this recipe right here. 2 sheets, 2 string, 1 tanned leather, or, you know, like a normal person, just repair them with leather and an anvil. It's obviously cheaper that way. Unless you don't have an anvil, I guess. But alright, now time to continue the search. I think I'm going to continue searching in Jaded Cliffs here. The towers only spawn in mountain tagged biomes, and this is one of them. And it seems to be big enough for 2 of them to spawn, hopefully. So yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, I found another dungeon here. It's not a wizard tower, but it looked interesting because it has this room right here, which, you know, free hoppers. I'm definitely taking those. But there's also a loot game under here, which can also spawn enchantment tables as one of the loots. Oh yeah, it's right here. Oh, Minesweeper. Oh, there we go. That was the first level. I'm thinking, yeah, this one is a little bit bigger, so a little more work is required. No, god damn it. Okay, at least I get one more try. That's good. God damn it. One more try. That last part was literally a gamble. I had no way to know if that mine was safe or not. Yes. Okay, there we go. Hopefully this is the last round. God damn it. Okay, well, I definitely didn't get an enchantment table, but... Oh, well, I guess I'll just go find another wizard tower. Yeah, I'll meet you back if anything interesting happens. Oh, canyon. Wait, this is another like mountain tagged biomes. Oh, there we go. Yes. All right. Hopefully this one actually has an enchantment table. I'm completely ignoring all the other loot at this point. Oh, here's the staircase. Wait, yes, this is it. This is the room. Yes, there we go. Let me drop off some things here. Hold up. Also, this is like my first time actually doing the unstable ingot route for the healing axe. So I actually don't know how it really works. I'm gonna have to look that up, of course. So yeah, let me see what I have to do here. All right, welcome back. It's actually not a bad ritual. We're just gonna need a little bit of redstone and the enchantment table, and then also a sacrifice. So it shouldn't be too bad, although we do have a time limit. We have to do it exactly at midnight, and I kind of want to do it tonight, so we're gonna have to kind of hurry up. And I think it's only fitting that we get a chicken for this purpose. If I can just find one. And of course, there's none, just when you need them. Hello, I'm sorry. Actually, what would help with some night vision? I should have some of this back home. Yeah, there you go. That's much better. Here's a chicken. No, wait, don't run. Hold up. What? Come on, it's almost midnight. You know what? I'll just take what I can get. Hello, cow. So, the ritual is something like this. You have to clear out a large area of the enchantment table like so, and then surround it with 8 pieces of redstone. This will also make cursed earth, which is going to spawn a bunch of mobs. I definitely want to run away as soon as that happens. Okay, it's almost time. 20 seconds left. All right, stand close to the altar. I have the division sigils. Oh my goodness! Yep, running away. Actually, hold up. Give me my thing. And yes, it has been activated. I'm gonna mark this on the map as cursed earth. And then, actually, in the morning, it's gonna dissipate. I definitely don't want that. I want to silk touch it and at least have some of it. So let me protect some of it. Hold up. Oh, it's already being lost. No. Surprisingly, no mobs have spawned yet. But anyways, if I cover it like this, hopefully no light can come in. And that way it should be fine. Everything else can go. That's fine. Anyways, oh my goodness, we have division sigils. It looks like it has a durability, but that's fine. We're not gonna be using all of it up, I don't think. All right, so this should be our unstable ingots, yes. And there's also a trick that if you craft multiple of them at once and then shift click, yes, okay, they become stable and they will not explode. That's awesome. By the way, this is just a test. Can I make tool parts out of this? I don't think so, yeah. Yeah, I kind of guessed it. We need some sort of an extruder. It is only LV, so technically at some point we can do it. And the cool part about these tools is that they're completely unbreakable if you make the whole tool out of that. There's a whole thing about getting an unbreakable hammer that has a lot of mining speed, and I might invest in that at some point. But anyways, let me get some obsidian sticks. That's just rods, which is something we can actually use tinker tool rods. Hold up, first I have to convert them over, I guess, and then we make that. Nice. There's the healing axe. We no longer need food, and I think it even works in the offhand. Yeah, it definitely still giving me saturation. That's awesome. Oh my goodness, what else can we make with this? Ooh, yeah, definitely. Hold up, forgot about this. We can make the super builder's wand. Yeah, this is so nice. Of course, it's a really good building wand, but there's actually a quest that gives you this regular builder's wand. Yeah, if you give it all of these blocks, but that wand is actually very garbage compared to this guy. This guy can do like a massive area of building, while the other one I think has an area of like a 3x3. It's absolutely garbage. There's actually more garbage we can get with the stable ingots. I want to check out these tools as well. Yeah, why the hell not? This pickaxe, ooh, it has a pretty good mining level of manulin, so we can even use it to mine cobalt and stuff. Cannot do that with this pickaxe yet. Okay, yeah, if we just cast out a couple more obsidian rods, so we can make the reversing hoe, the erosion shovel, and then the destruction pickaxe. Getting an upgrade, yeah. Okay, the shovel is just like a normal shovel, I guess. Nothing special there. The hoe is just a hoe, and then the pickaxe is what? That's it? Wait, I think this was a little bit of a waste, other than the pickaxe for the mining level, but oh well, that's fine. It'll probably come in handy some other way. But anyways, yeah, I'm still really happy about the healing axe. I'm happy about the building wand because now I can do a little more building at the new base, which I think is the next step for us. That's what I'm gonna do next here. And I guess after that, we'll look into fixing our Steam setup and then adding more blast furnaces. Oh, but you know what I just remembered about? We were supposed to do this in the intro of the episode, but I've been claiming some of the quest rewards and we have some blue bags that need to be opened. So yeah, let's check them out. Okay, more food, some armor, Damascus steel, more night vision potions, glass tubes. Okay, that's not bad. And then lots of empty cells. We actually get even more from this quest right here. Okay, that's cool. Could have been better, but not complaining. Anyways, let me get started with building here, and then I guess I'll meet you back in just a bit. Okay, pause, wait. Pause the montage, hold up. I'm about to implement our new storage area. And as I mentioned earlier, the plan is to use these compartments here. It does need the carpenter, but here's the thing. I think now I fully understand NEI's auto crafting, which was added in the 2.8 update. And I want to use it to make the carpenter, which is just a bunch of ingredients and like random garbage here. So I pinned most of the recipes. Actually, I need to pin bronze casing here. And before, what I was doing is like manually increasing this so that, you know, we need 2 robot arms. So I set it to 2, and then I set this thing to 4. That's completely wrong. You're just supposed to leave it at 1. And then this little thing here, you pull this right here until you have every recipe in the chain connected. Then you right click and it turns into a crafting chain, and you can see the numbers automatically updated. And if you hover over the bookmark group thing, it shows you the ingredients that you're missing. If I open the chest, which already has most of the garbage, it should show me what I'm missing. I'm gonna go gather up all that stuff here, and then hopefully we can get to use this NEI auto crafting. It sounds so cool. Ooh, okay, so if you hold shift, it shows you if you have everything. Yeah, available items. I should have everything now, right? Let's see. Oh, I think I ran out of space. You basically press shift C to start up. And look at that. Oh my goodness, it's doing everything? What? That worked so well. Obviously, I didn't get any of the quests for this. I didn't get the robot arm. I didn't get the tank quest, the sturdy casing. But I don't care. I have the machine. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that more in the future. But all right, yeah, all that's left to do now is give it a little bit of power. I think this works. And then all of the creosote oil that's gonna need. All right, now let's see about getting the compartment. I can't get the diamond one because it needs diamond plates, and that needs a cutting machine. There's also the diamond rods, which need a lathe. So for now, we're just gonna go with the gold version, which is still a lot of storage. So let's see here. We're gonna need a bunch of gold stuff, and then the iron compartment, which is gonna need a lot of iron stuff, and then the copper compartment, which is gonna need a lot of copper stuff, and then the regular compartment, which is just wooden stuff. That's actually not that bad. That's easy enough. Incredibly doable, actually. Okay, and there we go. I should have all the garbage here. We'll just dump it in, and then we select the recipe. It's not working. Okay, I guess I have to manually set it like this. Oh, nice. That crafted pretty quickly, actually. And yeah, as you can see, it has 4 distinct, or different storages, and then each one is 25 slots. What makes them so good is that a crafting station can access all of the slots. So yeah, just this is already bigger than this chest, and these chests combined. But we can go further. And now there's 6 pages, but we can go even further than that. There we go. And now look, there's only 4 compartments, but there's way more slots in each. And one more time, let's go even further. And this one has 6 pages. I don't think we're gonna have to deal with storage for quite some time. Anyways, let's resume the montage. Alright, so welcome back from the montage. And yeah, as you can see, I've gone ahead and moved all of our storage to the new area. We filled out some of the drawers. I have iron chests for like almost everything, except here we have some gold chests. And then up above, I also have where I store all of my ingots. This is kind of stupid. I'm probably going to just like move them to here instead. But yeah, I've sorted all the chests into categories and whatnot. And then yeah, we have the compartment here with the crafting station, and we can do whatever we want with that. Then we come down here to the LV area. Although I think I will be changing this layout a little bit. Maybe I'll move. So this is where the machines are supposed to go. You know, we have hoppers for input, barrels for outputs, and then power is going to be from the back. Then, you know, if I need like maintenance or anything, I can see everything here, the piping and the wiring that's going to be here. But I've also just now realized that this is definitely not going to be enough space for all the LV machines we're eventually going to have. So I'm thinking to move this like thing here to this wall, and then we can have all the important machines that we use the most for crafting. Then on the sides, where this over here, the plan originally was to put like all of our multi-blocks on these dirt platforms. We have another one over there, but I think I'm just going to redesign this, be more like this, where we have barrels for inputs and outputs, and then we'll put the extra machines here. Then who knows, maybe we can start some new MV and HV lines going this way. But yeah, at least now we have somewhere to place the machines initially. We'll think about remodeling later. For now, I want to start implementing some of my plans here, starting with the coke ovens. I want to have 16 of them, which is going to be 520 oven bricks, which is going to be 1400 coke oven bricks. Although actually we do have this cheaper recipe in the alloy smelter, just clay and sand. Oh, and it's only 700 clay, 700 sand. That's not bad. You know what? That's a lot more doable than I thought it was going to be. Then next up, I also want to make the 8 water tanks that are going to go up here. And if we use iron rods plus sticky resin, this is the cost. But we can use congealed slime and steel instead. Although, actually, wait, never mind. I don't have enough steel for that. Yeah, I only have like 2 stacks. That's not enough. And then lastly, of course, we want 3 more blast furnaces, which in total, it's going to be a stack of fire bricks. But of course, we have NEI auto crafting. I think it's going to be a little bit easier this time around. And we only need 3 stacks of brick dusts, which is going to be easy enough. I think I have all the bricks for this. Yes. Then, of course, we want 3 stacks of terracotta. That's just hiding behind there. Plus 1 more stack here. Then a stack of stone dust and a stack of quartz sand. And we've already seen all of this stuff once. So I think I'm just going to go over it in a quick montage here. And yeah, once that's done, we'll be right back. Alright, so welcome back. It has been quite a bit of time later, and I actually just realized I forgot to talk about where these stairs are going to lead to now. When I was doing the building recap, it's actually going to lead to where our railcraft boilers are going to sit and where our steam buffer is going to sit. Since, yeah, I thought because this is such a far away area from our storage, it shouldn't be something that we have to check that often. And I also decided to add a water buffer here, just because why not, you know? We might as well have it. I have the extra iron I can spend. But yeah, the steam buffer is going to be somewhere around here. And it's going to be another railcraft tank. Although at some point I'll probably switch it out for a super tank. Yeah, 4,000 buckets of storage that we can eventually have. And then the plan is right now to have one 3x3 railcraft boiler here and another one over there. Hopefully we can have them be max size at some point, but I doubt we're ever going to need that much steam. I don't know actually. But still, I'm super happy with this. So as you saw, we have all the water tanks and they have been hooked up. I was going to place these water pipes like over there in the middle block and hide them, but I think it's cool to have them shown. So, you know. Also, I'm realizing that this pipe right here is not... Oh, hello. I was gonna say this wooden fluid pipe here is not transferring enough water. It's not emptying the tanks fast enough, I don't think. Well, actually, maybe it is. Anyways, there's also one special consideration that I had to kind of modify the setup for with these tanks, because they do work twice as fast if you leave them exposed to the sun. But for some of these guys that are covered, I decided to just place one piece of glass here in the middle block. This is the only block that actually matters, and that seems to get them to generate more water. So yeah, just an extra consideration I had to make. Then we have all the water being pumped into this one central fluid line, which I'll probably be upgrading to bronze soon enough if I have to. And then that goes into our water buffer, of course. Then from that, we're extracting out of the bottom and into this other fluid pipe, which will then feed, you know, our machines or the boilers or anything that needs water, really. Oh, and if you actually don't know, railcraft boilers, it's these things that I'm talking about. They're a bit far away. I can technically craft them, but it's just a lot right now. I don't think I'm gonna do it. But in short, they consume charcoal or like any furnace fuel. There's also a liquid version that can consume our creosote oil, and then it generates steam, of course, off of that. You can start by just like a 1x2 here, and that generates a decent amount of steam, but eventually you can upgrade it to 3x3 by 3 by 4 tall, and it generates then like an insane amount of steel. And we're gonna have 2 of them. Oh yeah, and check this out, of course. We have our 4 blast furnaces cooking now. This is so nice. In the time that I would have gotten 2 pieces of steel from the original one we have, we're getting a whole 8. But that doesn't mean that the fuel is getting consumed 4 times as fast. I do actually have an idea on fixing our fuel problem and the fast consumption of it, but that will have to wait till next episode once we set up the coke ovens. I realized that trying to get 16 of these is just going to take forever with the alloy smelter. Look, we only have 200 bricks in the time that I was making all the other garbage. So yeah, I'm probably going to let this run for a while I edit. And actually, once we set up the coke ovens too, we can use the charcoal from that to run the boilers. So yeah, after that, we're pretty much going to have a really decent source of steam, completely free as well. Although I think long term, we're just going to have a tree farm that feeds the wood directly to the boilers. It's faster, and I've done it multiple times in the past. It works great. You really don't have to worry about the production of wood. But anyways, I think with all of this stuff done, I'm going to go take a quick break here, edit some of the footage, and hopefully once we're done, we can get to some other projects. Okay, so welcome back. It's actually the next day for me here, and I've been doing a little bit of waiting just to let some of the buffers fill up. Like our water tank here is full, and if we check out the alloy smelter, okay, it's still up to only 600. It's not done yet. Looks like I also need to feed the boilers more fuel. But actually, the reason I came back right now, I was actually supposed to do a little bit of mining, but first I want to actually go ahead and fix our boiling issue, where we have to feed this thing some fuel. But yeah, our solution for the steam boiling is going to come in the form of solar boilers. I've looked into them a little bit, and they are incredibly OP. And it's quite cheap too. You can see the missing ingredients, and it's not that bad. Other than a bunch of silver, but I've actually been getting this from loot. And I also have a bunch of like ore that I've been getting from just mining around the world. This actually doesn't spawn as an ore vein. It only spawns as small ores. But I've been able to get it. Although if we go to the Twilight Forest, it does spawn as an actual vein. For now though, at least I have enough to get started with. I can make 6 of these boilers. So yeah, let me gather up all the ingredients here, and I'll meet you back in just a moment. Okay, I should have all the ingredients now. Can I just Shift C and craft? Oh, look at it go. Oh, look at that. Nice. Yeah, good thing this thing was a crafting task, or else I definitely would not have gotten that quest. Although this one is just a retrieval, which is interesting. But yeah, so each of these boilers makes 360 liters per second, which is already better than our coal boilers. And these guys are absolutely free to run, other than the occasional having to break it and replace it, because it does lose its production over time, all the way back down to 120 liters. But that should be fine. It lasts like many hours before then. The only problem is that, of course, it needs access to the sun, which means either we dig a hole to the surface so we can place down the boilers here, or we extend this pipe all the way to the top. But then we would need another massive pipe to take down the steam back into our buffer tank. So I think some sort of a hole somewhere is going to be a better option. You know what? I actually have some sort of an idea. Hold up. If I had some glass. Yeah, hold on. Let me do this real quick and then we'll be back. Alright, so there you have it. I decided to just place it directly on the floor, or inside of the floor by 2, and I think it looks fine. We have water coming in from the back, and then we output to this bronze pipe, which is pointing the wrong way. It's gonna go that way into our steam buffer. And yeah, it looks like everything's full of water now, so we should be good to start boiling. Of course, these do work the same as the regular boilers, in that they will explode if it gets too hot without any water. Wait, we're getting a little bit of steam. Nice. But yeah, so we have one layer of glass here. Then in the roof, there's another layer. And then if you look all the way up, there is another 3rd layer. That one's just so that mobs don't fall in. This one is just because it looks nice, and then this one is just so that they actually work. They still boil with the glass on, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, it does. But anyways, now we actually have to deal with 2 things. First of all, transporting the steam from there to here, and also storing the steam. Wait, I don't have any machines. You know what? I think I should just do it. I should just grab all the stuff from the old base right now. Yeah, there's no reason not to. Although I think I will keep the blast furnaces here. All of this other stuff, it's gotta go. And we can just use a couple dollies here to move everything back. So I think pretty much this entire base can be unloaded. Other than the tree farm, I definitely want to keep that going, and the blast furnaces. I'll move the furnaces later though. And now I have to actually start moving in everything. First of all, let's start with the LV stuff. We'll also set the auto output direction to the bottom, and then yeah, item auto output, meet the machine. Then for power, we have our cables on the back, and I'll keep the turbine at the center here. Okay, now we want our steam buffer and our fluid pipe. I'm gonna need a lot of these because I have an idea on how to get more steam throughput. But first, let's actually build our tank, which is gonna be something like that. Oh wait, no, we have to move it 1 block back because it has to be 4 blocks tall exactly. Which I guess for now, since our tank isn't gonna be that big, I can then fit it in here. Okay, so we're gonna reverse this flow of the pipe so that it outputs into the middle block. Put our steam valve in there, the second one on the bottom, and then our glass in the front. Now we just fill in the rest of the multi-block. And yeah, there we go. We're getting getting steam. Okay, now what I want to have is one large fluid pipe, like so. And then we'll have it split off to the sides where we can have the smaller ones that'll actually feed our machines. That way we technically have double the throughput. Also, by the way, I discovered this keybind here, tool mode switch. And if I toggle it on while holding like a wrench, it can point the fluid pipes all in one go. Instead of having to do it one by one, I can just, yeah, there you go. Just in one click and it does everything for me. Okay, just a little bit further. Somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, that's where our turbine sits. All right, now we just bring a pipe from there. And for now, I'm going to hook it up to this guy. Later, I'll actually, have 2 sets of pipes going everywhere. But obviously, right now, we don't even use that much steam, so it's fine. Oh, yeah, and let's also try the line mode. Oh, there we go. And our turbine, yeah, has some steam now. And look at that, our steam tank is like pretty much already full. Yeah, these boilers are crazy good. With that, we should also set up all the steam machines. Other than the macerator, I have a different plan for this guy. So I'm just not going to place him down for now. And you know what? These spaces that we have here aren't that bad of an idea. Obviously, at some point, we'll have a LV equivalent of these machines. So at that point, they're going to become obsolete. Which is why I'm not too worried about how they look right now. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, there's your steam pipe. And then for the extractor, it doesn't use as much steam. So we can just give him a smaller one. Same thing on the other side. Okay, there you go. And now I just have to go point all the pipes the right way. Okay, and there you go. I think they actually fit in pretty well. Now I just have to return all the inputs to where they belong. Yep, sorting everything into where it used to be. Carpenter can go right there, I guess. And I don't really have anywhere I could place these water tanks, these extra ones, because I think I'm not able to stack them vertically. And let me just double check. Okay, so this makes 20 liters and no, okay, this one makes 10 now. Yeah, that kind of sucks. And then for the cauldrons, we can have them here where our water is, plus a crafting station just in case. And yeah, I think with that, we're gonna wrap up the episode here. We've done major progress today. We have the healing axe, moved in a lot of our base, and I think now that we have this, we can totally get on with some more LV progression that we didn't really get to do this time, which is completely fine. I'm not in a rush to get through the tiers as fast as possible. I can't be in a rush because of the nature of this mod pack. So, we're gonna take it a little slow here. That's completely fine. And yeah, so we'll come back next time to hopefully unlock some more LV machines. And I think my ultimate goal really is to go to the Twilight Forest. There are some really neat ores that we can get there, and it's gonna make our lives a whole lot easier. So yeah, we'll come back next time to do all that stuff. For now though, have a great rest of your day.